What happens when a man ejaculates? A lot of physiological changes happen within the body during sex or sexual arousal. Testosterone levels actually spike. Your testosterone goes up when you're having sex, when you're masturbating, when you're aroused. When you ejaculate, the body secretes a hormone called prolactin into the bloodstream. Prolactin is basically a more feminine hormone. This is the hormone that allows women to create breast milk, so this hormone tends to make you feel lethargic, have some brain fog, you can't think as clearly, it kind of makes you want to just lay on the couch and take a nap. It's a very feminine hormone. The problem with this is that prolactin actually inhibits testosterone levels within the body, so post-ejaculation you tend to have very low testosterone levels, and this is very obvious by how you feel right before you ejaculate versus how you feel after ejaculating. When you're sexually aroused, your testosterone levels are spiked, your energy is very high, you feel very alive, your body's activated, your energy is activated. You feel great, and then after that ejaculation there's a bit of that contentness of releasing yourself, but there's typically this feeling of almost like being deflated, right? Like you were this huge inflated balloon and someone popped it. It's this feeling that you've lost something, you feel that tiredness. Sometimes you may not even be able to connect with your partner. You may just want to roll over and fall asleep. This is kind of the stereotype for men, and that's because of this release of prolactin into the bloodstream and your dopamine levels in your brain after that huge spike during ejaculation. They tend to decline below your base level, so your dopamine levels actually diminish after the ejaculatory orgasm. It's almost a drug-like effect, like a high. There is this very short duration of an intense high, 5 to 10 seconds of the euphoria of an ejaculatory orgasm, but after that you're at a very low level. You have to recover. The refractory period, for some men, takes days to feel back to normal after an ejaculation. For other men it can take a week or more depending on your health or age. The reason that most men don't experience this, or at least they aren't conscious that they're experiencing it, is that they're used to ejaculating every day. We're conditioned by porn to be overly sexually stimulated and to find sexual release by masturbating and ejaculating every day. It's very normal for a lot of men, so they're constantly in this post-ejaculation, high prolactin levels. This post-ejaculatory hangover basically, for most of their lives. They've never had any other point of reference, and I just want to share a couple scientific studies I've found that really prove the benefits of withholding from ejaculation. Right now, I want to mention that I'm not saying that you need to become celibate and withhold from sex or even masturbation. That's not what it's about. Men can have orgasms without ejaculating. I'll get more into that topic. So, there was a study done in China in which they took a group of 20 men. They were all different ages, different backgrounds, different levels of health, and they split them into two groups. One group ejaculated every day as most men do. The other group went like 8 days without ejaculating, and what they found was that the men who went 8 days without ejaculating all had a very significant testosterone peak. On day 7 their testosterone levels boosted by an average of 150%. That's pretty significant, right? This study shows that withholding from ejaculation can really boost your testosterone levels. I've seen other studies suggesting that overall, when a man refrains from ejaculating, his testosterone levels are much higher, meaning he's going to have more energy, more mental clarity, more masculine drive. Testosterone is that masculine hormone that makes you feel energized, makes you feel like you want to go out into the world and accomplish things, right? When you have prolactin being secreted into your blood every day, because you're ejaculating all the time, you typically have low testosterone levels. You're going to be a bit more docile, a bit more lazy, you don't take action as much. Maybe you have brain fog, you kind of like to sit on the couch and play video games, or you're on Pornhub every night masturbating to porn. These are some of the things that happen when you are ejaculating frequently, and I'm not saying this out of judgment, there's no right or wrong, but I think it's important to understand this information and choose for yourself what you do with it. For me personally, I noticed a tremendous change in my energy, my whole personality actually, when I started refraining from ejaculation. When I started retaining my semen, I went from being the guy who was extremely lazy, sitting on the couch playing video games every day, never able to take action. I couldn't even get myself to exercise. Once I started practicing semen retention and going longer periods of time without ejaculating, I really connected with my masculine power. I became very driven. I started going to the gym, working out, building my body. I started studying, developing my skills, learning to become an entrepreneur. I had all this desire to create in my life, which is what your sexual energy does for you. First of all, on a physical level, you're getting those youthful hormones back into balance, getting that testosterone level to where you want it to be. But on a more esoteric level, you're building your sexual energy. You're building your masculine charge, your polarity. It charges your energy field, it charges your body, and it makes you more driven, more confident, more attractive, more successful. You don't have to take my word for it. It's one thing to look at studies, but it really comes down to doing it for yourself. If you've never gone more than a day or two, a few days without ejaculating, then try going a week. I guarantee you will notice some significant changes.